Greetings, this is Jason Yeldell with Yeldell Scientific, and the purpose of this video is to give a quick overview of the custom inventory management system that works with barcode scanners, Microsoft Excel, and Windows operating system. The way that the system is set up is that it consists of 3 individual Excel files existing within a folder structure that can be placed on a standard Windows shared drive or shared network. So, looking at the mapping matrix, that's the first file that I want to take a look at to explain. That's a file that becomes bundled with this software package, and it basically is a matrix that details all of the barcode numbers or UPCs and their associated part number. This file is editable and maintainable by you. The next file is the file entitled as photographed parts. So if we open that up, this is another user maintainable file by your organization that basically just details part numbers of items that have already been photographed. The system will automatically cross-reference any scanned barcodes and UPCs to obtain their associated part number, and then it will automatically check this part number list as a lookup to see whether or not that item has already been photographed. So to begin, we simply double click on Inventory Management System.xls. We're presented with the custom main menu interface from whether we can choose to add a new user to the system via the user profiles icon, or we can start scanning items to begin. I'm going to scan items. I'm going to log in by entering my technician ID, or I could scan a barcode that I have on my ID badge or whatever your process entails, but this is a unique ID assigned to each technician. From this main system interface, we can scan barcodes of items directly into this yellow text entry field, or we can manually type items into this yellow text entry field. The system will then automatically associate and search for that UPC and find the equivalent part number that it represents. It will then perform a lookup in the photograph file to determine if that item has already been photographed. So to demonstrate, I'm going to grab an item and grab my barcode scanner gun and scan it. Immediately we can see that this is the UPC and barcode that I scanned. It found the associated part number associated with that barcode ID, and then it automatically performed a lookup to see whether or not that part number has already been photographed. We can see that it has, as designated by the OK status. A timestamp is also displayed on screen. I'll then grab another item and scan it. We can see that that item was automatically found to have the associated part number, and it was also photographed before, and we have an associated timestamp. Now if I grab a different item that I don't think has been photographed, we can see how the system responds. Actually, this item does not exist in the mapping file. So this is an example of scanning an item that has never been added to the mapping file. So it could not associate this particular barcode or UPC number with an available part number. It doesn't exist in the mapping file. So this is a situation where the mapping file needs to be manually updated. The details are then automatically added on screen, so you can see that this barcode had no associated part number. We couldn't determine the photograph status, but we also have a timestamp. All of these details are then easily exported to another spreadsheet at the click of a button. I'll grab, actually just to show another example, you can manually type in barcodes or UPCs. I'll just type in 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this one, we can see that it found that UPC, it found the associated part number, and all is well. When you're done, at any time you can export all of this information to a spreadsheet by clicking on Export All Scan Data. So we can now see that we immediately in one click generated an Excel extract of the transactions we just performed. The barcodes, their associated part numbers, their photograph status, and the timestamps. In this example, we'll see how the system responds when you scan an item that has never been photographed, meaning that the part number ID does not exist in the Excel file for the photographed parts. So I'll pick up an item and scan it. That one is okay, meaning it has already been photographed. I'll pick up another item now that I know has not been photographed. And immediately the system gives us an audible beep as well as a visual indicator letting us know that a photograph does not exist for this barcode number that corresponds to part number B100,000. And it also lets us know that the details of this non-photographed part number will automatically be added to a secondary spreadsheet. We can dismiss this dialog to continue, and we can continue scanning additional items. I'll just scan a couple more. That one doesn't exist in the mapping file, that's fine. But we're more concerned with this one right here where no photo exists. And I'll just scan another item just so we have some other data in the system. That one is found. So out of the 4 items that we scanned, one of them does not exist within our photography Excel spreadsheet, meaning it has never been photographed. So at this point, we can generate a secondary spreadsheet of all items that have never been photographed out of the items that we scanned by simply clicking on Generate No Photo Report. And it will automatically generate an Excel file detailing items that have not been photographed based on what we have scanned. And as we know, it was only this one item corresponding to this barcode, part number ID, the status of no photo, and an associated timestamp.